If you're watching the recording, hello, thank you for tuning into the recording. I know not everybody can make it live. Really appreciate you watching. If you've got any questions, just pop them below and I will answer them for you. So today's topic is about overcoming procrastination, and it's something that I think we all do, and consciously, subconsciously, it's something that we all do. And so it's really important to bring that into conscious awareness so that we can start to look at the symptoms and the causes, the reasons why we procrastinate, so we can deal with those causes. Because ultimately, procrastination, the negatives of procrastination mean we're not getting to where we need to be, where we dream to be, where we want to be. We're stalling, we're putting things off, we're taking a longer amount of time, or we're not doing things at all. So we're preventing ourselves from achieving all that we want to achieve, from the dreams that we dream about, because they can come true and we can make them happen. So getting over this hurdle, getting over this obstacle is a really great way of doing that. I'm sure if you're watching this page, you've got dreams, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got things that you want to do, but there are things that you're putting off for whatever reason that are holding you back. So a little bit about me and why I like talking about this subject. So if you don't know me or you haven't heard of me before, so my name's Helen Packham. I'm a transformational life and business coach, and I mainly help mum entrepreneurs to unlock their confidence, to build beautiful business skills and find the time and energy to make it all happen. I've got a group called the Tenacious Tribe of Lady Entrepreneurs. I'd love you to join if you have a dream, you have a vision, or you know that you're made for more, or you already have a business and you'd like help to just be you and explore your strengths and your dreams. Please join that group because there's lots of opportunity to do it in there. I've been in corporate learning development and leadership development for the last 15 years. I have picked up many skills and experiences along the way in that role. Went off to have my daughter in 2012, and then the whole world changed, lost my confidence, and that was the start of another journey. Since then, I've built 2 online businesses, and I've had another child, and I really understand all the things that go into our confidence being lost, and the things that. Sorry about that. That was a phone call that came through. So, it's a really important subject for me because I work with mums all the time, and there's various different symptoms that are showing themselves, so the things that are holding them back in terms of self-belief, lack of confidence, and a symptom of that is putting things off. But there are many reasons why we procrastinate. So if you're watching this, there may be other reasons why you do put things off, and I'm going to go through those things now. Okay. So again, if you're jumping on, say hello, tell me where you're from, and I will answer you. Okay. It'd be great to know what your procrastination issues are and how I can help you with that. So please pop your a comment in below. Hello Sharon, thanks for joining. So I've just done a little intro, and I'm just going to get going on I think there's 5 main reasons why we procrastinate. So I'm going to go through those, and if you've got any questions, just pop them in the box. All right, so I've written some notes because there's quite a lot to cover. Okay, hello gorgeous, hello. Mwah. So, procrastinating, it is something that everybody does. So first of all, don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad for procrastinating. If you're aware of why you're procrastinating, then you can do something about it. It's the little things that you put off that really, if you thought about it, you could be living a much more productive, efficient life, achieving the things that you really want to achieve. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit that we all get into. But the good thing about that is that we can unlearn it. You can unlearn a bad habit. So I'm going to help you with how to do that now. Just to caveat this with, some procrastination is quite good. Some procrastination is called kind of rational procrastination, is quite a good thing to do. And that's when you really do need to put things off because you need to gather some evidence, you need to ponder things, you need to think things through before you make a decision. So a rational procrastination is okay, but the irrational procrastination is something that we want to nail. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And the first type of procrastination is complacency. I just want to credit where I got this information from. I did some work with Mind Gym back into the end of 2014, and I went through an assessment with them, and I learned a lot. And their book Wake Your Mind Up is amazing. So most of what I'm talking about is from the Mind Gym. They are an amazing organisation, and I do have to credit what I'm going through, because I learned a lot through doing that assessment with them. So the first is complacency. Now, when you are procrastinating due to complacency, your types of thoughts are, oh, it's in the bag. Oh, it's easy. That'll be an easy thing to do, so I'll do it later. I don't have to worry about that too much because it's fine. Now, the thing about that is that that can put us back in all sorts of other areas. If you think about the tortoise and the hare as well, the tale of the tortoise and the hare sat down. He thought it was in the bag because he was really fast. He sat down and he fell asleep, and he ended up losing the race. Now, the thing about procrastinating due to complacency is to really think about that. What are you going to be missing out on? Or what is going to be tripping you up if you don't do that easy thing now, And why is it that you're not doing the easy thing now, the thing that's in the bag, the thing that's, oh yeah, that'll only take a few minutes? Why really is it that you don't want to do it now? Is it because you are confident that it can be achieved? If it is, then maybe think about these things, okay? So to help you to do a task that you think is already in the bag now, just bloody do it. First and foremost, why would you not do it now and leave it for another time? If you feel like it's easy, if you feel like it's a task that can just be done at any time, just do it at that moment. Just do it at that right time. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is think about another important thing that you can only do if you do this task. For example, say if you need to get your passport renewed, okay? Trying to reconnect, sorry about that, it said it was a bad connection. Imagine you need to get your passport renewed, okay? You leave it because I know what needs to be done and you're going on holiday at a certain time. And you leave it right to the last minute that you have to do it because you think, I just know what needs to be done. And then a friend calls you and says, oh, let's go on a trip away somewhere, but it's before your actual holiday. You're not able to do that because you haven't got your passport renewed. So think about the other important events that need you to do the task so that you can do those other important events, okay? What is going to be holding you back from achieving those things if you don't do this now? Also, it might be that it's quite an easy thing to achieve. So set yourself a more stretching goal. Set yourself something that's a little bit more outside your comfort zone. Because if it's too easy to achieve, you're not going to be motivated to achieve it. Okay? So complacency, that's the first one. The second one is avoiding discomfort. Okay? Now this is a biggie for me. And it's a lot of people do this, and it's when you don't like the task that you've got to do because it's not a preference, it's not maybe a natural strength, it's not something that fills you with joy. Okay, so I hate doing this, it's going to take ages, I don't enjoy it, it's boring, whatever it might be. It's the avoiding discomfort type of task, the one that's not very pleasant but needs to be done. And then in business, there are lots of unpleasant tasks that need to be done, and you have to think about what you do with those because they still need to be done. So do you get someone else to do them, or do you do them yourself but in a way that's going to be more enjoyable? Okay, so for me and Sharon, I have you to thank for this. For me, it was my accounting. Gosh, such an unpleasant task. Put off dealing with it. Spreadsheet, yuck. didn't enjoy it at all. And then Sharon, the lovely, beautiful Sharon, came along and helped me with that. And if you need Sharon to help you with that, or copywriting, or any type of services like that, you must get in touch with her because she's amazing. Sharon helped me to simplify all of that and build and have a system that makes accounting a dream, seriously a dream. So I now don't procrastinate on that. I actually look forward to looking at my ins and outs, my invoices and my finances, because I have a system that works. So if you hate doing something, if you don't like doing a task, then that's my job, making you love accounts. Exactly, Sharon. And you did. You achieved. Well done. So as I say, I now love that system. Hey Natasha, how are you doing today? Lovely to see you. Hope you're cool. Just talking about procrastination and the different types. We've already talked about complacency, and now we're talking about those uncomfortable tasks that we avoid doing because we don't want to do them, because we don't particularly like them. They're going to take ages. So here's a few ways to overcome them. Okay. The first is, if it's a big task, like the tax return, I've got to do my tax return, break it down. Break it into more manageable chunks. Okay, do I need to get my statements together? What information do I need to gather? One chunk at a time. Don't see it as like a huge, great big task. The more you see it as the huge, big task, the more you're going to put it off. So break those big, unpleasant tasks right down to day by day, manageable chunks. Then think about that spoonful of sugar that's going to help the medicine go down. Okay, so just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Mary Poppins, yeah? So think about, say for example, and this is life and business here, if you absolutely hate doing the washing up, don't like it, think about what's going to make that task nicer for you. Are you going to put on some tunes whilst you do the washing up to make it nicer? Whilst you're doing your tax return, can you be listening to some nice music? Are you going to stop and have a little treat halfway through? If you're sorting out your washing in the evening, could you have it with a little glass of wine? What in your job, in your life, can you do to have a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down? Lighten up the task by doing something nice alongside it. Then the other thing is eat the frog, okay? If we have an unpleasant task, usually we put it off because we don't like doing it. The best thing to do is to eat that frog for breakfast, okay? So if you don't like it, if you don't like what it is, get it done first. Get it done first in your day, then it's out the way. When I was younger, I used to hate the vegetables in my roast dinner. Okay, so I'd eat all the meat and I quite like the potatoes, but I'd leave the vegetables till last. But then there came the vegetables and I didn't like it. So eat the vegetables first, yeah? Eat the frog for breakfast. Have that thing you don't like at the beginning of your day so it's done and you can look forward to all the nice things in the rest of your day. Okay, so that's avoiding discomfort. The third thing, this is a big, big one, okay? This is one that we all feel, and at some point we've all felt it, and it's fear of failure, okay? We procrastinate. We don't do something. We don't even start doing something. We stop ourselves even before we've gone anywhere because we're scared of failing. We think, what happens if I fail? What happens if I'm rejected? What happens if it's a big mess? What am I going to do then? So I won't even bother starting it. Just so many people, in fact probably everybody has felt that at some point, and it's a biggie, and it can really hold you back from achieving the things that you want to achieve, particularly in business, particularly in building a business. Okay, so the thing about that is we're avoiding something or we're scared of something, and it's usually outside of ourselves. Okay, so we're avoiding rejection. For example, my big stumbling block was getting visible online with my business because I was scared about what people would think of me. What if they didn't like me? What if they said horrible things about me? What if they didn't comment on a Facebook Live that I do? It's outside validation. It's all outside of yourself. Whereas if you work on having love and compassion for yourself and knowing that whatever you're doing, you're learning. okay? The fact is that successful people fail. That is an absolute fact. Successful entrepreneurs fail. And they need to fail because that is how they learn from their mistakes. You probably won't ever meet a successful business person that has not made a mistake. So the mistakes are all part of it. The boo-boos, the slip-ups. You know, you can call it failure if you want to call it failure, but it is nothing to do with failure. It's to do with fear. Okay? So, have a think about what it is that you're actually, you know, fearful of in terms of the unknown. If you are fearful of making mistakes, know that that is part of life and it's part of life's beautiful tapestry. And that making those mistakes will make you grow and develop as a person. That it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be human. You know, it's okay to be real, and people really like real. I have a motto, which is real is better than perfect. So if you're putting yourself off from starting on something because you're scared of what other people will think, learn to cultivate that compassion and love for yourself, and to know that everybody makes mistakes. And that is part of learning and growing and being successful. And it's essential. So, for example, me going and doing Facebook Live, I was really scared about that. I thought, oh, what if no one tunes in? What if no one comments? What if no one likes anything? Okay, let's think about that. Well, I'm learning. It doesn't matter if nobody turns up. It doesn't matter if nobody comments. It doesn't matter if nobody likes, because that's that external validation again. What am I doing this for? I'm doing this so I can share useful tips with people, but also I'm doing it to build my confidence. I'm doing it to practice, you know, and it doesn't matter if nobody tunes in, because I'm doing this for me to build confidence and to share information that other people might find useful. So it's not to do with fear of failure, it's to do with fear. So the next time you don't do something because you're scared of rejection, you're scared of failing, think, how important is it for me to make mistakes to learn and grow? And why am I concerned about not getting likes and validation when I can learn and grow just through practice? And that is what I'm going to give myself. Okay, that is an example I've put out there, but I'd love to know what your fear, what holds you back from doing the things you dream of doing due to fear of failure. Okay, and I can help you. So do let me know. Okay, that's a biggie. It's finding the internal validation that will help you with this, and understanding that mistakes are part of life and they need to happen for you to be successful. I've made many mistakes along the way. So, you know, it's really important. The next one is emotional barriers. Okay, so emotional barriers are when we say something like, I'm too stressed to do this now. I'm too tired. I'm not in the mood. This isn't the right time. I just can't do this right now. Okay, so emotion is the reason why we put something off. And we feel it's a very valid reason. So, for example, I've had no sleep. I'm not going to give that presentation today. I'm not going to do that webinar today. I'm not going to get onto Facebook Live today because I've had no sleep. Fair enough. Sleep is a base need. However, we're tired, okay? Now, what actually happens is when we do the thing we don't want to do, that emotion tends to disappear. So we find that actually after the event, we've got energy. We are pumped up because the adrenaline went and we're excited and we're motivated. So even if we're maybe wanting to put it off, after you've done it, you will feel so different. Say if you are working and you have to travel somewhere to work, and the journey's awful and it stresses you out, and you get to work and you think, gosh, I can't open those emails now. I've got to have a cup of coffee and a biscuit. If you sit and mull over those emotions, it's going to put you off from doing anything else. If you get straight in, you can change your state. So changing your state is really, really important when you feel like this, okay? Often, things are never as bad as they seem when we change our state. So you can distract yourself, you can go do something else, put some music on, do something that you love doing, talk to someone that you love that gives you energy, change your state, and then you'll probably find that you'll be in a good mood to do it. Or do it anyway, and you will find that that emotion will dissolve. It really makes things disappear. Also, have a think about, if you feel too stressed to do something now, what is going to change later on? That stress will still be there. There will never be a perfect time to do anything, really. And so sometimes it's better to eat that frog again and do it when you're feeling stressed, tired, whatever, to change your state. All right? And then the last element of procrastination is the action illusionist. Now, the action illusionist is, I'm just too busy. I've got so much going on, I cannot do that because I'm too busy. I just don't know where I fit it in. Okay? Now, often what I find with the action illusionist is that they are not being productive. Okay? I am guilty of this. Okay? So you spend a lot of time doing things that aren't giving you the best output. You're keeping busy. And you've probably found this. You find yourself going, right, I'm going to go and do that on the internet, and then half an hour later you've gone down some rabbit hole and you found yourself doing something that's completely unrelated. Okay, the action illusionist feels like they're so busy but they're not being productive or smart with their time. Now, this is kind of my thing. I help women get really time smart and energy smart. And the best thing to do is to get mentally focused, first of all. So block your tasks, shut down all other applications, be focused on what it is that you want to achieve and only focus on that. Take a quick break after you've done it and then come back to your next task. Manage your energy whilst you're doing it. What's going to replenish you? What's going to drain you? Okay. The other thing then is focused on your most important tasks. Your most important tasks are the ones that are going to give you the best output. Now, if you're in business, that will be working with clients, selling that product. So what are the most important tasks that you need to complete that are going to enable you to work with your clients? All the other tasks are just busy work. So think about the things that you're doing that you're not being productive on just to keep busy, because you might be avoiding something bigger, okay? It might be a fear of failure. It might be because you're avoiding uncomfortable tasks. It might be a bit of complacency. But what is it that you're avoiding? And really look at that. Because if you're keeping busy, it's often because you're unsure about something, you might be unconfident about something, and so it's best to look at that first. And then really focus on what it is you need to do to the money-making tasks, the most productive tasks that are going to give you the highest return, the highest potential of return. Okay, so those are 5 areas of procrastination. I am going to go through those with you again. We have complacency, we have avoiding discomfort, we've got fear of failure, emotional barriers, and action illusion. Which one of those do you use regularly? I'd love to know. To see how I can help you. I have got a bit of time before I go and pick up my son. So what are you putting off? What are you procrastinating on? Let's find out what the reason for that is. What's the cause? Because we can really help you move forward in your life and your business if you eat that frog. Okay? This is a subject really, as I said at the beginning, really close to my heart. I help women with this. It's very much part of what I do, and I help women in their life, their business. I am a transformational coach, so this type of stuff is really important to understand those mental blockers that are holding women back from achieving their dreams. And once we've uncovered them, then it's easy because we can take action on them. All the time they're sort of buried deep down in our subconscious. We're not quite sure why these things are happening. We just know we feel it. If that's something that you need support with, just get in touch. We can have a chat and see how I may be able to help you. I've got new programs coming out, but if there's something on my website that you like the look of, or there isn't, I can absolutely tailor a program to your needs. If you want to carry on the discussion in a group, then please do join my group, the Tenacious Tribe of Lady Entrepreneurs. It's a really safe space to explore all these types of things and how we can all help each other to move forward and to realise our dreams. So let me know if you have any questions. If not, I will sign off for today. If you're watching the recording, just feel free to ask any questions you have, and I will be happy to answer them. And I hope you found that useful. It's, as I say, it's something that now that I know about it, it comes up and I challenge myself, because I'm wondering, okay, what am I putting off and what will that mean? What consequences will that have? Even if I think it's something easy, I'm putting it off for a reason, okay? So I will wait a few seconds to see if anybody's got any questions, but if not, then have a wonderful, wonderful day. I know, Sharon, it's your evening, so I hope you have a good night's sleep, and thank you again for sorting out my procrastination habit with my accounting. That's much appreciated. Okay, all right then, have a great day, have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Bye.